This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back. It's 19 Cats and Counting. I am your co-host, Linda Hall. We found, well, I don't know. They say there's a twin out there for you everywhere. Is it possible that there are two ladies out there that were just made like us, Rita and I, that are out there? We think we found them. They're the two crazy cat ladies. They're Jae and Adrienne. They make all natural cat supplements. They are social media influencers. They are bloggers, and they're cocktail lovers. So as soon as we come back from this break, we're going to introduce you to Jae and Adrienne. Get ready.
Molly, here's your dinner. Zeus, that's not your food.
Don't let that happen to your precious cat. Elevate your cat's eating experience with the Cat Tree Tray. The Cat Tree Tray keeps your cat's food off the floor and conveniently located on the cat tree. It's the perfect way to eat. It's a beautiful wrought iron tray that easily attaches to your cat tree and keeps dogs and other critters out of your cat's dish. A must for multi-pet households. There's a 6-inch tray for large bowls and a 4-inch tray for smaller bowls. Purchase your Cat Tree Tray today. Go right now to cattreetray.com. That's cattreetray.com. cattreetray.com.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. I am your co-host, Linda Hall, and I have got our hostess with the mostest, Rita Reimers here.
I'm
Rita!
here.
Are we in
I'm
love?
here.
We're in love with these ladies.
I
They're
know.
like us.
But first,
They're
the
like
count.
us.
Wait, you forgot the count. It's 19 cats and counting. We're
yes.
still at
We're
19.
still 19.
Still holding.
Yes.
Although
Holding strong.
I have 3 cats that are, a little bit. We may lose 3 this year.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see. Yeah, I've
And-
got one that's got. We think she has cancer. Where the next step is the ultrasound. She's shrinking. One of her siblings already had cancer and passed away, and then her sibling, everything came through with a clean bill of health. That's Dash. She's Cupcake is the one that we're pretty sure has cancer.
Right.
Dash, he's been shrinking too. They're both 11, so it's not that old, but they were ferals, so you don't know what kind of genetics they have.
Nutrition and
Yeah. And then the 2 elderly cats I took in just before Christmas from the Lancaster, South Carolina shelter, Scooter and Missy. Now, Missy's great. Scooter, though, he's a grumpy old man. He's got some thyroid issues, and, he's probably not going to be around for long. But
they're getting older.
yeah,
you
Missy's
took them in to get
going to be
home.
around a lot longer than he is, but they're having a happy life, not in the shelter like they were for 3 weeks after their owner passed.
Yes.
So that's the
gift.
count
So,
today.
yes.
Linda's still at 11, but yes, we have met, I think, our doppelgangers, right? If not in
story.
looks, in personality. Although,
True
look,
story.
dark hair, blonde
The
hair,
blonde and the
dark hair, blonde
brunette.
hair. Woo.
Shut up. All right. Jae and Adrienne.
Introduce us, Linda.
Yes, Jae and Adrienne, the 2 crazy cat ladies. We're so glad you're here.
Oh my gosh!
You
I
guys,
think I
this
think
is
we're
pure
in love.
kismet.
It
Yeah.
is kismet.
It is. So we gotta take a trip to Vegas, honey.
You have a cat named Kismet.
I do have a cat named Kismet. Yes, because he was meant to be mine. Yes, as much as I fought it, he was meant to be mine.
We love that word. We love that we found you.
Yes.
Tell us about what you do and how you got started.
Thank you for finding us.
Yes.
My Lord, this is way too much fun already.
And thank you for having us. We're very excited to be here and to meet you guys. Seriously, like in love. Like
We're
in
very
love.
chatty, as you found out before the show.
we
That's
are.
our favorite.
Good.
Why are we having cocktails right now?
I know,
Right?
Can you imagine?
We should have. Yes. We need to send a note to Isabel Ariata about them. Isabel does a show on Pet Life Radio.
Covered in pet hair.
Covered in pet hair, and it's a boozy web show. You have to make a cocktail and tell her We got somebody to hook you up with. You got another
she does
you
an
got another
after show.
podcast to do. Yes, and she does an after show. She did a best friends quiz between us, which we passed like 17 magazine style.
Oh,
We
you
passed,
love
but yeah.
her.
I'm
Yes.
telling you, the fun it's too much fun.
Well, that's
fun.
amazing. That's
It
awesome.
is. It's a good.
I just wrote it down so I remember.
It's a concept we wish we had come up with.
You know, what's funny is we host live shows on Facebook every like Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday night.
Yeah, you guys are real active. We need to catch up.
Yeah.
Yeah, we might even be too active.
No, never such.
No.
We always have a cocktail in hand. Usually, like lately I can't drink as much wine because it's just like making me drunk like that. But there's so many, like there's running jokes now that everybody's like, we're losing Jae because I'm trying to talk about health. And I'm like, this is what you know for.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. You guys would fit in great because the other thing we had to do was come up with a cat themed cocktail.
Yes.
So, yes. So think about that.
Yes.
Before you're.
Jae has already tried doing that once and nearly killed an entire party of people.
It was a fail.
It was a big fail. What was it called? The fur ball?
I called it the fur ball. Ooh. And it was like a mixture of vodka and rosé and like pineapple juice. I don't know. I thought it sounded like it would be really good.
No, not good.
No, so bad. So maybe I'll take a turn at coming up with that.
There you go. I think it's your turn. Well,
Linda did a meowgarita.
I cheated. I put a margarita mix in a cat cup and called it a meowgarita. That's how I was not feeling creative.
Mine was worse. I had iced tea and what it may or may not have had
like
vodka
a Long
in
Island
it.
iced tea. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a tabby tea.
In a tabby cup. Yeah. There's ways to get around these things.
Anyway, we digressed again as we
You've
continue.
got all of these products. And one of the things Rita and I talked about when we had Just for Cats Pet Sitting was we were giving a lot of B12 shots. And you have a B12 supplement. So tell us the why and how and what this does for us.
I have to get some.
Yeah.
Okay,
we're so excited about it.
So yeah, so just a little backstory. We started in pet nutrition back in 2005. We quickly realized that it's very dog centric. And it was my family business. We learned all about, the pet food industry, the truth behind many pet food, a lot about dogs and dog health. And then
what about horses too?
And a little bit about horses.
Yeah.
Not much about cats though. It was like, and we always had cats, and it was really hard to find resources for people who own cats and want their cats to be healthy. So in 2015, we broke away and we started our own company as the Two Crazy Cat Ladies. We launched a full line of products. B12 is the most recent. We just launched this like a month ago.
That's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah, a month ago. And we co-branded this with Jackson Galaxy. So yeah, so we've been working with Jackson since 2018. He's been selling our products, and he reached out to us actually about maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And was like, can you make a
B12?
And we don't make the products ourselves. We have a holistic animal scientist.
That was one of the questions.
Okay. Yep.
Yeah. We're not chemists. We're not in our garage. Yeah. No, we have a holistic animal scientist in Oklahoma, and he has a family business, and he makes all of our products actually. And so they found they were finally able to come up with an all natural B12. So
she says that like it's no big deal, but this is really because
it is.
When Jackson came to us and said, "What about this? Is this possible? Can we do this?" It's like there's really we're very familiar with the B12 shots.
Yeah.
I don't like
needle.
Yeah.
But you see the impact that B12 has.
Yeah, it does.
But most of those shots and any oral lozenges that we've seen are synthetic. They're the synthetic B12. So for this to be the natural liquid B12 that we can have in our kitchen cabinet or refrigerated if preferred is just remarkable.
Yeah.
So you say it like it's no big deal.
Now, people would much rather that than a shot. And then a lot of our sitters, when we owned Just for Cats Pet Sitting, did not want to give shots. They weren't comfortable. So sometimes we couldn't service a client if they weren't in an area where we had a sitter who would do shots. So this would be a wonderful alternative to that.
Yes.
Yes. Absolutely. And it's so amazing. Like the feedback that we've already gotten and the feedback that we see with our oldest cat is almost 17 years old. And he's clean bill of health. He just went to the vet. He's super healthy, everything, full thyroid, everything.
Great.
But he's been vocalizing more. And
yeah, they do when they get older.
yeah, it's a sign of cognitive decline. So we started giving him the B12 and that stopped. So
Really?
because B12, especially in its natural form, it's so bioavailable that it's really good with the cells and the nerves and really helps cognitive function.
Yeah,
Yes.
I was going to say, I have to add, the vocalizing is really great because that was something that was, your cats, especially when you've been with them their whole lives, that it seemed like he was starting to be a little confused.
Yeah.
Find him just
That
standing
happens.
in the room, right? So that is a remarkable thing. But let's also talk about the energy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, because he is.
I like that. This is my new thing, Rita. Sorry. Okay.
Is he back to doing zoomies and stuff? For 18, that's really amazing.
Oh, it's amazing.
Yes.
We've got, as Jackson calls it, the super highway.
Yes.
Yeah.
He'll get up there running. It's really incredible to see. Everyone, I think, is kind of familiar with the benefits of B12. That especially for our older cats, the extra energy, the increased appetite, all that thing. But the fact that it works on a cellular level, and the fact that studies are showing how much it helps the absorbency of other supplements.
Sure.
So when you've got a cat that's being treated for X, Y, and Z, this actually enhances those treatments. It's really remarkable, and the ease of it is what is incredible. We talked a little bit about, we do have a full line of products, and working with our manufacturer, we wanted those all liquid, non-traumatic for our cats. We just add them into their wet.
Bless you.
I love that because, I have to pill 2 of my cats right now, and it's very difficult.
It is.
Yeah, it's hard. And this B12 goes right in. B12 and other products just go right into their wet food.
I love that.
Just fantastic.
Yeah.
And that's so good. And the cleanliness of things. So when I took my daughter's 4 cats and my daughter, she was no problem. The 4 cats.
Oh, yeah. Your daughter, too.
So,
right.
yeah, her too. So we started, we're talking about calming stuff, and we're on the internet, and we ordered 8,000 things. We ordered almost everything you could find. And, the cats that needed the calming chews wouldn't eat them. The chill cats would eat them. So that didn't work out. And then there were these sprays, and then there was a spray, and I don't remember what it had in it, but it's a cancer-causing agent. And I'm like, they spray that on the counter, and the cat lays on it and then grooms themselves or something. Scary stuff. And, you kind of have to have a degree to know what these things are.
It's true.
Or sit there and literally plug every ingredient into your computer, which is pretty much what I did. So,
So what do you tell these people what you're trying to accomplish, people that do your formulations and they go to work trying to create something? Is that how it works?
Sometimes, yes. So,
I have to say, we worked with Dr. Kimball for many years, and since 2005.
Yeah.
So we've known him a long, long time. And when we wanted to do this, it was exciting because we didn't know in all those years working together that he rescued cats. He's over 100 cat rescues in.
Wow.
He built a patio on his property that would blow your mind. He has just an incredible heart for cats. And he was like, my God, been waiting forever for somebody to try to,
help cats.
help just cats. It's different than dogs. You pack it differently.
Very different.
The liquid formulas make a big difference. We don't want to figure out how much of this capsule should I give to a cat if you give this much to a dog. Sure, there might be things that are beneficial, but they're not specific. And he understood the value of that, but realized no one was biting because there's no money in cats.
Yep.
It's not like you can just take this to the nearest, chain pet store and be like, here's something awesome for you. Us cat people haven't really figured out that there are things that can really enhance our cats' lives in ways that are super valuable. You guys are behaviorists, right?
Yeah.
We talked a little bit before the show about how underutilized that skill, that resource
That's
is.
true.
And so true as well with our cats. I know that a lot of times our cats don't like going to vets. And when we get there, something's very wrong. So we're going to just throw the kitchen sink at them, antibiotics, steroids. But there's so many things that we can proactively do.
Yeah.
And we can really, and treat things in a more natural way so that we're not dealing with the side effects of A, B, and C. You mentioned something simple as a calming spray. It's like, this is supposed to be good, right? And then you realize there's a cancer-causing agent in there.
Right.
It is hard to always be on top of all the ingredients, but whether it's food, whether it's cleaners, whatever it is, we want to know what we're putting in our cats' bodies.
Yes.
And just because something says all natural doesn't mean it's good for you. We just did something a few months ago about all natural flea repellent. Yeah. And one of the main ingredients in it is very toxic to cats.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And I forgot, I was rambling, but you asked about how we came up with our formulations.
Right.
Dr. Kimmel was really
So he had already created several formulas for the rescues that he was bringing in, and he was
I love
giving
that.
it to them, and he was like, "This is, you should market this because this is what I created to help feline leukemia for these cats that I was bringing in off the street
I
to
love
help
that.
fight the virus, and this is the product that we're using for arthritis for our older cats." And so a lot of the stuff he already had. And then some of the stuff, it was like, can you come up with a calming formula, for instance? It was like the number one thing that people were asking us for. Can you make something to calm my cats down? So he partnered with another natural company in South Carolina, I believe, and made it. It's our calming formula is called Cat Calm, and it's made of 80 different herbs, 21 minerals, and 7 exotic plant extracts.
Wow.
So it's a very potent formula. Water activates many of the herbs, but it's just another one of those you put.
We need that. We need that.
We're gonna be checking that out.
Yeah, because we recommend products. In the course of the behavior sessions, we definitely recommend products that we believe in, especially when they're all natural, or actually specifically when they're all natural. And like you said, the calming is one of the number one things. I mean, some people, they just go to the vet and the vet puts them on, kitty Prozac or whatever, and then you have like a lump because the cat's zoned out. And that's not what you want.
We've talked to so many clients who've been like, I gave him the pill, but then he just laid there. I wasn't even sure if he was alive, and I couldn't do this anymore.
No, that's Adrienne always says it.
So many of those products just turn your cat into a shell of their former self.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, I didn't want to do that to you, but I do want to help kind of take the edge out.
Yeah, I wasn't trying to make you unconscious. And anxiety is behind, I'll tell you, 99.9% of the problems we hear, anxiety is behind it.
Wow, yeah.
My cat is not peeing in the litter box. Is it because another cat came into the house and shook up his space? Somebody passed away and the cat is grieving. I mean, there are so many things.
Or something as simple as changing the litter, like your parents.
Yeah. My favorite story, my mother called me from Florida where they winter, and she says, Linda, I'm really worried. I'm really afraid your dad's going to kick this cat out. It keeps peeing on our bed. Never did that before. They've had the cat for years. Have you changed cat litter recently? Yeah, one that's easier for dad to carry. Switch it back. Jazzy does not like that cat litter, right? And that solved the problem.
Yeah.
They're so funny.
There are people who would rehome their cat over it. And, a conversation.
We don't charge people for that. We're not like, okay, $250, please. No, we answer simple questions like that for nothing. Because,
Yeah, check this, check that. But first
lives,
first question has been to the vet because they UTI, and then the next question litter, and then you start digging into the behavior. But so much of it just comes from anxiety, from a change of home or whatever.
Yeah, they say that I think the studies show that 75%+ of reoccurring UTIs in cats is all rooted in stress.
Oh yeah.
Related.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's a big, big, what do I want to say? Side effect, thank you, of being stressed is the UTI issues. And then that causes litter box avoidance. And then usually that culminates with the cat being kicked out of their home.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, there's a difference in a lot of the mentalities everyone has, especially those people that have a cat and a dog. And they're like, oh,
Linda,
it's a cat. It'll be fine. I hear that so often. It's a cat. And it's like, ooh, that's troubling because I think, especially when it comes to the stress issues and the fact that cats are little predators, they're like, my cat's mean or my cat's a little a-hole or whatever. It's like, no, your cat is, yes, they're a little predator, but they're also prey.
Right.
And when you don't understand that kind of concept, something as simple as using the litter box, if it is in a place where they're going to feel extra vulnerable, that's a vulnerable time for them.
Oh, you're singing our song for sure.
Yes. One of the problems we had when I adopted, took in my daughter's cats, they're still her cats, their little shadow, they had adopted her from outside. They called her their dumpster baby. She's food obsessed and she's just a little thing and she gets bullied. I think because she had proper nutrition in the beginning. So, and she was not using the litter box, but she was going right outside of the litter box. And so I told my husband, this isn't butthole behavior. She's trying, she's standing next to the litter box. She's just afraid to get in. And we had to take some lids off the boxes because she was afraid she's in this thing with only one opening. Be trapped. And if another cat comes along, she's toast, right? She's a vulnerable vulnerable prey to every predator. And so, you have to understand a little bit and be a little understanding as to why things are happening. Somebody started peeing on my stove shortly after the poor cats moved in, and we automatically assumed it was one of my daughter's cats because our cats don't do this. Fortunately, we have a flat top stove. I'm so thankful for that thing when cats pee on
if it was like mine, the whole thing would have been
down.
ruined.
It doesn't go down into the burner.
Can you imagine?
No.
We finally caught, it was Kismet. It was my cat, Kismet, and we were in shock.
I warned you. I said, "What? Your cat's behaviors are going to change." No, my cats are good. Yeah.
But Kismet had been rescued from a feral colony in North Carolina, and he was FIV positive, and he was really beat up. And I think he freaked out and could not bring himself to put himself in a vulnerable position. So he went up high on the stove and did it.
His mind went back to lack of resources.
Yes. A little understanding goes a long way. And then if you can just give them something to take off the edge to improve that situation. So there's more, there's suggestions, there's ways to introduce the cats, but we always start with, let's put everything in your corner that we can. Let's put on cat music. Let's get a calming, something that's safe. And
there are cat a-holes though too. You and I both have one.
Yeah, we have our own. Yeah, we have our own brat cats, but
and that calming stuff does help them as well. My boo-boo, I'm going to try yours, but we use a different one right now. And he will ask me for it. He'll go over and nudge the bottle and then stand on the coffee table. And I'm like, "Oh, you want convivial?" And he's like, he just waits for me to put it on him. Now, the other brat cat I have, Simba, the two of them are jockeying for top cat position right now. He doesn't want any part of that. He's gone. I have to sneak it to him. But boo-boo actually asked for it. So it must make them feel good too.
Yeah.
Have you heard that about your calming spray? Have you heard any anecdotes like that?
So ours is a liquid that goes inside the food, so they ingest it.
Awesome.
But we've used things like Rescue Remedy and other.
Yeah, we have two.
Yeah, we're all for any product that's all natural. We're not about like our products are the best. Better than anybody else. It really depends on the cat, right? So some cats,
natural formulas work differently with different cats,
right? So so we're all about like anything that if we're going chemical free, especially if there's not the side effects and we can help our cats in whatever way, then we are all for it.
And we do have some really, to me, heartwarming, powerful feedback. When people recognize
that's the best,
certain behaviors are a stress issue or that their cat is actually feeling anxiety, which what a crazy concept. And they start implementing this and they see such a change or they see cats getting along. It really is it's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah. It is.
I need to take a brief pause.
Okay. Take a break because I got a question. So hurry up. Hurry up with that.
Let's just take that break right now. We'll be back in a second.
All right.
Take a bite out of your competition. Advertise your business with an ad in Pet Life Radio podcasts and radio shows. There is no other pet-related media that is as large and reaches more pet parents and pet lovers than Pet Life Radio. With over 7 million monthly listeners, Pet Life Radio podcasts are available on all major podcast platforms, and our live radio stream goes out to over 250 million subscribers on iHeartRadio, Odyssey, TuneIn, Stitcher, and other streaming apps. For more information on how you can advertise on the #1 pet podcast and radio network, visit PetLifeRadio.com/advertise today.
Let's talk pets
Let's talk pets
on Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to 19 Cats and Counting. And we thought we were the two crazy cat ladies, but no, we actually met the two crazy cat ladies that are here with us today.
Yep. This is what it feels like on the Maury show when they reunite the twins that were separated at birth on the Maury show, right? Is this what this feels like?
Yes.
All right, ladies, you mentioned a product for FLV. So does this booster, is it specific FLV? Is it good? Like I have an FIV kitty, and so I always worry about his immunity. His immunity is like the top priority in my life. And when COVID went through our house, I was like, no one go near Kismet. Don't breathe on him. Don't touch him. Reject his love. We cannot get this cat sick because of his immunity. So when I saw that, I wondered, will this help other issues where we're worried about immunity?
Yes, absolutely. So our feline leukemia kit, or FELUC kit is what we call it, is a mixture of two different products. So the ViraX is what goes in and fights the virus itself. It also fights all viruses, really, in some way or another. Some of them, it can eradicate. We wouldn't say that it eradicates feline leukemia, although we have had some cases where they've tested negative afterwards. But it attacks it and keeps it at bay, right? So most cats with FIV or FELV can live a long and healthy life just like any other cat. We just got to give them that strong immune system. We just got to give them the nutritional support that they deserve, right? And the Catalyst is it's the go-to.
Are you watching your cat on the superhighway? I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. Yeah, he was.
It's okay. We love it.
Oh, that's our. That's our. Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you, but I just kept seeing you look up, and I'm like,
no, I
not
don't.
rolling your eyes at her. I know you're not.
Jay was off one shelf trying to grab the other, and I was just like,
Jack,
buddy.
It's about lunchtime, so they get a bit.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I probably blew your train of thought now. I'm so sorry.
Jay was talking earlier, and the black cat was behind her on the couch with just the eyes peeking over. And I was dying, cute. And I'm like, concentrate, stop getting cat ADD.
Is he still there? I'm so sorry. I totally blew our train of thought. I'm sorry.
It was so sticky. Okay.
It was Friday. His twin sister was up here earlier, and now it's Zora. Yeah, there.
Okay.
He was just eyes up, like
slow balls.
I'm watching you.
So cute.
I do want to say one more thing about the ViraX. I know you were jumping into the Catalyst, which is a hands down, I think, our favorite.
So the leukemia kit can be used for FIV cats as well.
Yes.
Actually, all of our products can be used, even just.
Jack.
This is Jack.
Hi, baby.
Yeah. All of our products can be used on like a proactive measure or a reactive measure. We prefer most of them to be used on a proactive measure, right? Especially the Catalyst, which is a mixture of a digestive and antioxidant enzyme. So it reduces inflammation in the body. It really helps the joints. It really helps the immune system.
It's incredible.
It helps a lot of different things. It's definitely our number one bestseller. But you were saying about ViraX?
Well, about the ViraX, I do want to say it's a powerful formula. And what I love about it is that you are fighting the virus, but keeping all the good cells, all the good bacteria there and healthy. So you're not compromising that immune system that's already compromised, and it has lysosomatic enzymes in it, which really are people refer to them as like nature's antibiotic. Now, this isn't viral, but that's what when you kind of hit on that earlier, it's in there and it's really being like a protector. So bacterial infections, it's a powerful.
It makes you wonder if this would help humans too.
Yeah, right?
Well, yeah, I'm not sure we can say that, but if we talk about Catalyst being our favorite, all of our products are all made in the USA, all human grade, and we do take credit for right around. Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, when you said Catalyst and inflammation, because I've got MS, I was like,
oh wow,
yeah, it's in my water right now.
Yes.
Take it from lower. Yeah,
I love it.
Yes.
I love that you're USA made too, because we're very much on top of the fact that most things you see in the pet stores, they're made in China. And nothing against China, but those dyes aren't always 100% safe for your kitties. We were asked to represent a product just recently, a cat toy, and it was dyed solid red. It was feathers, dyed solid red, had all these loose jingle bells on it. Made in China. We're like, even if that was made in the USA, no, we're not. But that's what USA made is so important, or our neighbors to the north, Canada, all the places that have the same standards we do. It's so important.
Yeah. Well, it's another reminder too that it's so important to know your source. I think that it's just, whether we're talking about foods, whether we're talking about calming sprays, whether we're talking about, plugins, whatever it is. Like, you've got to know the source and you've got to be able to trust that source. And I think so many times, even in the United States, we see this where it's like people ask us about products or we want to find out everything that we can. How do you make this do that? What are you using for this? And it's like, well, that's a proprietary formula. It's like, but I really need to know if this is healthy for my cat long term.
Yeah. So, exactly.
And there are some things like wine, for instance, right? Like I prefer a French wine over an American made wine.
Yeah. I can understand that. Yeah. As long as you know where it's coming from and what the standards are and how it's going to be used. So many cat toys, for example, they have this disclaimer on them, always supervise your cat. good luck with
Right.
that.
Yeah.
Good luck. So we're going to pull up all toys before I go to bed, before I leave the house. And I got 11 cats. I'm sorry, you can only play in this room. This is the playroom, right? I can't. So you really have to work at what's safe and not having, not getting screwed in the rear because, all of a sudden we find out that it's got something. We tested a bunch of toys once and I had this toy. We got some toys and there was one that was made to look like a bowl of noodles and it had these two little chopsticks. They were felt and I didn't pull hard. I am not the Hulk woman. I just pulled and they pulled off. And
my cats would have eaten that.
A cat just ate that and got an impaction in their bowel because of this. And there was another toy we were talking and it had all this fuzzy hair and it touched my lips and it all came off and I had it stuck.
That was
to my
the
lips.
Dr. Seuss one.
So we're trying to shoot this thing while I'm going, there's hair. So, your cat's going to eat that. So it's just, there's so much that you're looking into it. Cleansers for your counters. Your cat is going to get on your counter and your cat's going to roll in it and your cat's going to lick themselves off and whatever you're putting on your counters. So you really have to put a lot of thought into this.
Sure.
Oh my God, I love you.
Yeah, all to say that product testing is huge for us. We taste all of our products. We use all of our products. But I gotta say for Jae that talking about she's a little OCD. She's type A. She's very clean. It's very nice. But she loves her cleaners. Like she finds the best thing for this. And this is the famous thing. When we realized how many cleaners were so toxic for our
know.
It was like this
scary.
It was like a breathing process for Jae.
It was. I mean, taking away candles, like at Christmas time. Like those were like my favorite. I love the house. I love the and the plugins. Like we used to have.
Oh, I know
plugins, and we had a cat with asthma, and we had no idea.
I used to love the orange plugins. Now I can't do it.
Yes. Oh my gosh, Jae! I'm telling you, honey, you're my sister.
That's my mother. Your next challenge. Make some of those that are okay for the cats to be around.
Yes.
Yeah. And there are pet safe, like Bissell, for instance. Love that company. They have now a floor cleaner. They have a steamer for the floor and everything that they make. Like
I have that. It's still in the box. I have that.
Yeah.
Get it out of the box.
It's amazing. They do so much for animals. Like you see their commercials and it's all about animals and the rescue work that they're doing and donating
really
to.
Beautiful.
But, they have those. And then there's pet safe candles that you just, kind of want to use really a little bit. You just want to vet them.
It's the fragrances, right? I mean, there's so many synthetic things that are out there. It's really.
It's not even the wax as much as it is the fragrance itself. What they're in there.
Right. Yeah. All to say now that we have no more Yankee candles and we clean everything with water and vinegar. And it's like, that smells good.
Vinegar. I have this aversion to vinegar. I can't go near it.
I'm going to apologize for telling her this, Adrienne, but thegrove.com, they have some amazing cleaners that are specific, that are clean. You could lick the flipping counter when you're done. Go to thegrove.com. Get your clean on, girlfriend. Be happy.
Okay.
The Grove.
I do have to say,
I got you.
Hi, Simon.
I love it. I do have to say that we've been doing this for years now, so I'm kind of used to it. But we found that you can take your vinegar, put it in a jar, peel off things like oranges and lemons or limes, and take those and put them in the vinegar. And basically, like kind of ferment them, if you will, like in the vinegar, and then you pour that in with the water, and it takes away the vinegar.
Okay, so it takes away the vinegar smell.
Can I do it without the vinegar? I hate vinegar.
Rita
I can't stand it. I can't stand the smell.
It's not allowed in the house. So
not allowed in my house.
Yep.
I know my mom makes fun of me all the time too.
Yes.
We all have our boundaries.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yes. Okay. So B12, Calm Cat, the FLV, and the Catalyst. What's another product that's like everybody needs to know about this?
Oof.
Oh wow!
I would go definitely with the flea product. Flea prevention is a passion product for us. We've seen
so important. Flea products. Yes.
Like we were just talking about just a minute ago, it is horrifying. Some of the things we wonder why we have to put the dot on between their shoulder blades. It's the only place they can't lick.
So they don't lick it off. Yeah.
Collars. Don't let your kids around flea collars. I mean, don't let them touch them. That's how toxic they are. If you give them a chew,
gloves when you're
have to give them
the products.
Right. It's really crazy, and you realize that's because you're making your cat so toxic that not even fleas, parasites want anything to do with them.
Exactly. Yes.
Inside natural flea, our natural flea product, Flea X, is effective.
I'm checking that out for sure.
You'll contact. It can prevent fleas. If you live in a very flea-prone area, another reason to be proactive. Let's start before flea season starts. Let's just be proactive about making sure no one's bringing in fleas.
Yeah, I live in an area that's it's almost country.
It's very rural.
I have somebody come to spray every quarter, for fleas and all of that outside. But if one just is on your pant leg and happens to be a pregnant female.
Yes, I get
over.
a lot of strays in my backyard. And, we had one that kept coming and visiting and laying on my top step. Well, guess what? When I go to walk in the house, I'm carrying a flea in with me. Yeah. And you know how expensive it is to treat 11 cats with it's
Besides
a job.
The fact it stinks and they know it. They don't want to be near it either. As soon as you bring out the vial, they're gone.
Yeah. It's crazy. So one other thing about the Flea X that we really love is that you can mix a little, like an ounce of it with a half gallon of water, and you can spray that in like the outside areas.
Shut up.
So
okay. I'm buying that today.
Right? I'm like, the second we get out,
bedding and
all over your patio, your door thresholds. I love this product so much.
But it is such a passion point for us when it comes to flea products, right? And because when you actually read the studies and see the research, like one dosage of what you would give your cat can kill up to 50 million bees. Like that is how strong it is.
That's
50
powerful.
million bees. And even the isosceline, I don't care.
Yeah.
Main ingredient
That
and
thing.
like Frontline and many of these Brevecto products, the FDA is even.
I've read about Brevecto problems. Yes.
The FDA has even put out a statement against it. Like, just so you know, yes, it's FDA approved, but it could cause neurological issues and seizures in your pets.
I have been using Advantage too, which it's still the chemicals. You smell them. I can't stand the stink.
It's powerful. Yeah. What I love about our Flea X, and I'll do this at trade shows, on our lives. If someone's asking, I will spray it in my mouth. It's not delicious, but that is how safe
it is.
Delicious,
I understand.
Exactly. Yeah.
There's one they sell in the grocery stores. I won't name the brand, but I haven't heard of anyone using it whose cat hasn't had some kind of reaction, including death. We had a cat sitter. I took it right out of your head because we're in sync. I know.
Yes, we had a cat sitter that called me and said, the client said, would you please flea treat on such and such a day? It's time and stuff's here. And fortunately, thank you God, she did it at the beginning of the visit, because by the end of the visit, the cat was being rushed to the vet having seizures and neurological issues. It had pyrethrum. I
guess I should name the brand, huh?
It had the P word in it. It was a heart. Yeah. And
hurts.
Yeah. They had to wash the cat and detox the cat and flush the cat with fluids. Unfortunately, the cat survived, but not all are so lucky. And, it's marketed.
And I get the fact that people that make these products are making them extra potent. I think it's because there's such a crossover here, right? If our cat has fleas, we're going to have fleas.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
That's a big inconvenience. So people are like, knock it out. They need something quick and effective. And they're not necessarily thinking about, oh, sure, this is great for me. Fleas are gone. Sure. What is it doing to my cat? Right? Mm-hmm. Like, it's not, and all of these things, and we don't necessarily even are encouraged to think about that, because these things are all over. If I see that Seresto commercial one more time,
I know, like, I hate it.
Oh, this one didn't get the flea treatment. It's like, well, thank God, maybe that cat won't have seizures and can still come out to play.
Let's hope.
It's amazing to me because we think that these are supposed to be easy, quick, healthy fixes. Number one vet recommended, blah, blah, blah. It's like, look at the side effects. And another reminder to just always, even with our veterinarians, our wonderful, beautiful veterinarians, if there's something that's going to be going into our babies, let's ask what it is and what the side effects, potential side effects may be, so that we can make a more empowered decision. It's especially with flea.
Sure. Yeah.
Well, on flea, I got that. I don't know how to pronounce it. Dichotomous earth. You know what I'm talking about?
Diametrous stuff. Yeah.
I had it everywhere in my house, let it sit. We all looked like we were walking through cocaine fields.
I know, right?
I had to vacuum it up, and we sprayed it in the lawn, and the cats still had it. And my Kismet, especially, again, FIV positive, his immunity's not so great. And he just had scabs everywhere, and he was losing weight. And I'm like, I'll pay any amount. I'll do anything. Yeah, it's probably toxic, but...
Well, plus the fleas, and the flea eggs, and the cats lick themselves, and they can get tapeworms.
Yeah. Well, and let's say this, too, because I don't want you to think that we are, like, anti-medicine, because we're not.
I know.
No.
Like there are cases, luckily we live in the desert, so we don't actually have fleas here. Right.
Lucky.
So, but there are
That's
cases
where we're moving
Oh, we
to.
used to live in Tennessee.
we used to live in Tennessee. So we get it. But there are cases where the fleas are so bad that you try every single natural thing and nothing does. And it's important to keep the fleas under control, right?
Yeah.
Fleas in California when I lived in LA. I mean, you wouldn't think it because, LA is a big concrete jungle. They're just horrible in LA. Horrible.
Yeah. We get tons of calls from Southern California and LA. Yeah.
Sometimes it's really important to get the situation under control and then be proactive about a detox.
Yes.
You read my
There
mind.
you go. There you go.
See, they do it too.
They have it too. I know. We're like, there's this cord that connects our brains. Yes.
When we have to use a medication, just like if you're going to use an antibiotic, use a probiotic, right? If you have to use a flea medication, then use a detox. Milk thistle. It's fantastic to just kind of like get those chemicals through the body and help support the liver. And
Yeah, I lost a couple cats to liver problems, and a lot of it I attribute though to what we feed our cats. Yeah. Unfortunately, there's a lot of cat food out there that has things in it that are not good for our cats.
And food is foundational. I think it's one of the biggest things that we talk about. One of the we know that not everyone's gonna like buying our products, but it's always a great opportunity when people ask us, how do I give this to their cats? It's a great opportunity to say in their wet food.
Yeah.
Because the moisture-rich diet is so important for us. And then what foods can you recommend? And it's, again, with the foods, you really want to know the source, be able to trust the company. And so
be able to read the ingredients for that matter. Like you should be able to understand every ingredient on the can or the bag or that you're feeding. Right. And if you can't, then maybe you just don't feed it. Like if you have to Google every ingredient.
Exactly.
But what's unfortunate is like some of those, like the new products, Bobby Flay made by Nacho, they're great. I can't afford it for 19 cats.
Yeah.
That's expensive.
And
that's
that's what people say a lot, but there are cheaper ones. There's the lesser of the evils out there, right? And I try to tell people, so we each got PR boxes from Made by Nacho. Love PR boxes.
We did too.
And did you? We love PR boxes.
Such a beautiful box.
Classic.
Oh my gosh.
Well, raffling one off for our raffle, as a matter of fact.
Yes. So we, when I started feeding them the Made by Nacho dry food, they ate less because the higher protein fills them up more. So I try to tell people, go for as expensive as you can afford, knowing that they'll probably eat less. So you're not buying as much. So it kind of all comes out in the wash.
If you've got 1 or 2 cats, but not 19.
Yeah.
I can't do it. I want to, but yeah.
Well, the other thing, some of the studies that were done are really remarkable. And I love this fact. Like you said, bottom line is a fed cat is always better than a starving cat. Yep. We have to do our best, whatever we can afford, wherever we're at, and to be able to responsibly care for these beautiful souls that we share our lives with.
Yeah.
One of the studies that was done, though, is really exciting because even when being fed a fully processed diet, studies are showing that just adding in 20% of a fresh food to our pets'
broccoli, meat,
Yeah.
Or our obligate carnivores, fresh meat, 20% can reduce disease markers by up to 90%.
Yeah.
You said earlier.
That's amazing.
Recognizing that food is so foundational for their overall health. Mm-hmm. And it's like, oh, wow, that's a little bit goes a long way.
Can I add it here? The oldest living cats in the Guinness Book of World Records lived to be 34 and 38 years old. They were both owned by the same guy, Jake Harris. And they were fed dry food, but they were also fed eggs, turkey bacon, coffee. And and broccoli. And once a week, he would give them a vial of red wine.
What? You're kidding me.
I'm not.
That's amazing. The tannins and the red wine, I know they're good for people, but obviously good for cats.
Right. But actually, to bring it back, I really, truly think that aside from getting fresh food in their diet, I think that one of the keys was the lack of stress that they had.
True.
They had their own, he had a lot of cats. They had their own theater. Like they just had stress, enriched stress.
Yes.
It was catified.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's one of my favorite words. Thanks, Jackson. Catscation.
Yes, catified to satisfy.
In fact, we recommended that book just yesterday.
Yes, we did. Yes.
Kate Benjamin. Oh my gosh. House Panther. Hey, you too.
We've got,
they're like, it is a half an hour after lunchtime.
Exactly. I understand that one.
I hate that we've run over on time. We could probably talk for
Ladies,
a whole nother hour.
We really need to have you back.
Okay.
Yeah. We should have cocktails.
Any last things you'd like to say, or absolutely you give your web address, how people can find your
want to let
products?
everybody know how to find you.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're Two Crazy Cat Ladies, TWO crazycatladies.com for our website. And you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, also under the Two Crazy Cat Ladies.
Wonderful.
Awesome,
I'll have to look you up on
awesome.
TikTok. I know I've got you on Facebook and I think I've got you on Insta too.
Yeah.
I'll have to check.
2 other cat ladies.
Yes.
Well, I'll be running there to order some of the fleece stuff. I know
you and
Linda's
me
gonna
both,
want your
honey.
leukemia formula as well,
Yes,
and the
yes.
B12. I'm excited about that. I know a couple of my
goodness,
cats
yes.
could use a little energy boost, especially my lazy Gigi.
Yeah, Gigi.
My lazy Gigi.
Gigi.
But
She's
thank
a
you
manatee.
We would love to have you on again anytime, especially anytime you're running any campaigns or if you have a new product.
Get new products, something you want to talk
Give
about.
us a tap and say, hey, we'd like to be on the show again.
Yes, please.
Thank you guys so much. This is amazing.
Thank you so much. And Linda, as always, thank you for being the sparkle.
My honor, as always. I can't help myself.
To our podcast. It started off as mine, so I have to remember to say our podcast. Oh, she's taking off the ears. I'm not done yet, honey.
We're on backwards.
I also have to thank Mark Winter, our awesome producer, who gave us a chance on Pet Life Radio. Linda's ears. When you see the video, you'll see they're lighting up.
Bonafide sparkle.
Oh, we need some of
That's
those.
Good.
You're
Yeah.
funny. If you want to learn more about what Linda and I do, including seeing her ears flash, visit us at catbehavioralliance.com, join our clubhouse, or book your own personal cat behavior session. Cat behavior session. We have 3 different packages we offer, making sure there's something that fits everyone's pocketbook. Thank you so much, ladies. Have a wonderful Catterday.
Let's Talk Pets every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.